Okay, should be live right now. Okay, hello. Hello. Quick sound check. Hello. Sounds good. Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. Hopefully you can hear me alright. Hopefully you can hear the music alright. We've actually got some music today for the first time. I'll talk more about that in a moment, don't worry. But a lot of people have been saying I need some background music at the start of my streams when it's just me talking to the camera. It can be a little bit quiet. So I had a look around online, tried to find some good royalty-free music, and hopefully you enjoy this. I think it's quite nice. Again, let me know if you can hear the music. Let me know if it's too loud or too quiet. Let me know your thoughts on my choice of music, yeah, like I say, I just wanted to, I just wanted the start of the streams to be a little less quiet, rather than it just being the sound of my voice. I wanted there to be a little bit of background music. Hey Saul, hey Howard, how are you doing? But like I say, do let me know if you can hear the music. If I've set it up properly, you should hear some music playing in the background right now. And it is credited on screen, just down there. You can't see the credit very well because the TikTok overlay covers it up, but this is from TheRelaxedMovement on YouTube. Like I say, I did some searching around for some royalty-free music, and I found this channel, TheRelaxedMovement. Have some great stuff available. All they ask is to be credited, so there's the credit on screen, and if you can't read it, it's youtube.com/TheRelaxedMovement. But again, absolutely fantastic music. I think it's the perfect sort of background music just for this little intro. It's not long, it's only a couple of minutes long, this particular tune, but I'll just play it on a loop for a couple of times before we get into the actual game. Obviously I won't be playing the music once we're actually in the game, it's just for this little intro section. What wheel, sticks and pedals do you use? Good question, thank you for asking. So the wheel and panel here, as well as the pedals that you can't see because they're down below me, are all from Logitech. It's from the Logitech G Heavy Equipment Bundle. It's £230 and it contains, like I say, the wheel, the side panel and the pedals. I've also got this gear shifter here, which I found on eBay for £30. I'm not 100% sure what brand that is, because it was just like a cheap off-brand thing that I bought on eBay, but it works very well. And obviously I've got the beacon light from the collector's edition of FS22 as well. Swipe to the right to see the text, says gaming content. Does that? Well, I didn't know that you could do that. Thanks for letting us know. So yeah, if you want to see the on-screen music text, music credit. So it's Trucky Tuesday today. Anyway, sorry, I got so distracted listening to the music that I forgot what we're even doing today. My camera's suddenly gone out of focus there. It's Trucky Tuesday today, so I'm going to play some Euro Truck Simulator. Let me just reset my camera real quick, because for some reason It's decided to go out of focus. That's better. Yeah, so we're going to do some Trucky Tuesday. We're going to get back into Euro Truck. We're continuing our drive across Africa at the minute. As you know, our long-term goal is to get to South Africa, but we're currently in the Central African Republic. So if those names weren't a giveaway, the Central African Republic is in the centre of Africa, and South Africa is in the south of Africa. So we've still got quite a lot of driving to do before we actually get there, but that is our eventual goal. We're currently doing a job from Nigeria to Uganda, and we're going to carry on that job today. Watch pronouns, says Shane Reaper. She, her, thanks for asking, Shane. Okay, so we'll let the song play through one more time. It's got about a minute and a half left on it, and then we'll dive into the game. We have started a couple of minutes late. I do apologise, I was trying to get the music working properly. But it's nice to know that it is working properly, because I'll use it more often if you are happy with it. It's also October, so new month, and there's quite a lot going on this month. If you're a member of my Patreon, I posted an update today so you can see exactly what I've got planned this month, but there's going to be a lot of stuff coming in regards to Euro Truck. My Thrustmaster gear shifter, hopefully next week, so get ready to see some Euro Truck streams with the manual gearbox very, very soon. Obviously, for today, we're still on automatic, but, you know, watch this space. And then I've got plenty of other stuff coming up as well. Obviously, plenty of live streams coming. We restarted Minecraft Monday yesterday, so there's going to be a lot more of that, as well as a few more farming sims before the release of FS25, and a couple of other streams and videos as well. So it's going to be a busy month. But without further ado, I think we've listened to this music for long enough, so let's jump into the actual game, shall we? There we go. Okay, so hopefully you can see and hear me all right. You won't hear the game yet because it doesn't play any audio while I'm tabbed out. But if I tab into the game right now, you should be able to see and hear the game. Let me know if you can, and we'll get straight back into it, and we'll carry on our drive from last week. There we go. Oh, hold on a second. There we go. Okay. Oh, where's my... Oh, my gear shifter's doing that thing again. There we go. Not the gear shifter, handbrake, sorry. Okay, that's working now. Right. Off we go then. We'll carry on our job. Like I say, we have got a load of scrap metal, which we're taking from Niger, not Nigeria, to Uganda. We've still got almost 2,000 miles left on this drive, so we're going to do quite a bit of that today. I don't know if we'll get the full job done today. We shall see. Let me see how far we are from rest stop. 7 hours and 7 minutes. So let me mark that on the map before we start driving. That's 12 hours. Okay, maybe Alindao. Okay, that's going to be our next rest stop then. Alindao will go there. Okay, and away we go. Like I say, still quite a long drive ahead of us on our journey to South Africa, but we will get there. I've made that my goal, and I'm determined to do it, even if it takes a couple of months, which it might well do. Remember, we're only playing for 3 hours a week, so I'm going to refill, actually, before we embark today. I know we've got 401 litres left anyway, but better safe than sorry. I've run out of fuel in the middle of nowhere enough times to err on the side of caution here. How's your day been? Not bad, STFC. How's your day been? Hope everyone's had a good day. Hope your week is going well so far. And happy October as well. Hope September was good, and hope October will be. But I guess we'll find out, won't we? Yeah, I remember from the last stream as well. A lot of dirt roads. I think we're still in the Central African Republic right now. Not very many paved roads around here, so it's a bumpy ride. It's times like this I'm glad my wheel doesn't have force feedback, because it would be shaking like crazy right now. I know there are more paved roads ahead because I've already driven parts of Africa before. I just don't know how long we're going to be on the dirt track. Oh, 1 second. Hey, Lennon NUFC has joined the Discord. Thank you very much. By the way, guys, as you can see above me, there is a link in my bio to Discord and Patreon. Join me on the Discord, it's free. Join me on Patreon, which is not free. Or join me on both, join me on neither. Do what you like at the end of the day. But I will be reading out the names of new members to the Discord as they join. And we're doing good so far. We got about 20 members at the minute. Oh. Never mind, that wasn't a join notification. There we go. I will try not to get distracted by Discord too much during the stream. But I do like to keep it open. Am I a fan of scary movies, says STFC. I am a fan of scary movies, yes. I mentioned this yesterday, actually. Someone asked me yesterday. I was actually talking about games, but it applies to movies as well. I do like horror, but I prefer sci-fi horror. Like, I think sci-fi and horror are such a perfect combination. It's why Alien is one of my favourite films of all time. And, like, pretty much all of my favourite horror films are also sci-fi films, like The Thing, The Fly, etc., etc. So I'd say that I do like horror, but specifically sci-fi horror. No full beam when no cars are coming, says Matt Guian. I mean, normally I would agree with you, but I also can't see my hand in front of my face without the full beams on. So, they're staying on, sorry. Saul, can I ask you a question? Sure, Jack, go ahead. I would say sci-fi horror is not a scary movie, and I would say The Fly is the single scariest and most disgusting movie I've ever seen. Like, I've only seen The Fly once. I never want to watch it again, but it was absolutely fantastic. Like, anyone who says sci-fi horror is not scary, watch The Fly. That shit's scary. You can't compare The Fly to The Conjuring. No, I can't, because The Conjuring is... I don't like it. I think the actual, like, horror is boring. Like, pure horror is just not interesting to me at all. I think sci-fi horror is so much more interesting, because it's got sort of an element of believability to it. Like, aliens probably actually exist, whereas ghosts do not exist. I flat out do not believe that ghosts of any form actually exist. But aliens could actually be a possibility. In fact, it's very likely that aliens somewhere out there do exist. So I feel like sci-fi horror is scarier because it has that grounding in reality. Even if it's pseudoscience, which most of the time it is, it still tries to come up with like a believable explanation for its horror, like the alien from Alien, The Thing, The Fly. Again, they all have like relatively plausible concepts, and then you get like ghost movies where the entire premise is, well, what if a dead person is haunting this place? And I just feel like, yeah, but they wouldn't, because I don't believe that sort of stuff. Anyway. Like I say, that's just my 2 cents. You know, if you enjoy, like, the more ghosty side of horror, then that's fair enough. But, like I say, I just... it's not for me. We had another question. I'm going to scroll back up a little bit because someone asked a question that I missed. If you do another Scary Games for October, which one do you have in mind, says STFC. I'm not 100% sure what's going to be happening this month with regards to Scary Games, because obviously this month is Halloween. Halloween is on the last day of the month. And I did mention in yesterday's Minecraft stream that I would like to maybe do something for Halloween, do a special Halloween stream. But I'm not 100% sure if I will or not. It's something I'd like to do, and I do have a game in mind that I'd like to play, but like I say, I don't know if it's definitely going to happen. I will be doing another cozy evening stream though. That was a lot of fun. It didn't get very many views, if we're being quite honest. In terms of pure views, it was like my least watched stream that I've ever done. But I don't really care about that because I enjoyed it. I had a very fun time. We played 3 amazing little indie games. We played Tiny Glade, Minami Lane, and Dorf Romantic. They were all fantastic, cute, cozy games. And I really enjoyed it. So we will be doing another one of those this month, and I've already got 3 more games picked out for us to play. That'll probably be on the last Saturday of the month. I'm thinking of making it like a regular, like a monthly thing, doing it on like the last weekend of every month. So if you were here for Saturday's live stream and you enjoyed, there will be more of that sort of stuff coming for sure. Thanks for the Brat NBA 2. Thanks very much for the gift. How far are we? 4.5 hours still. Part of me regrets the decision to drive all the way across Africa. I'm sure Africa in real life is much more exciting than it is here in game. No disrespect to the people who make these mods, by the way, because they are fantastic. But making the entirety of Africa in Euro Truck is a pretty big task, so I can understand why a lot of it is just open space. What I will do though is I'm gonna pull over at the next garage. We got a garage coming up in just a moment, and I'm gonna sleep. I know we don't need to sleep yet, but I'm gonna sleep early just so we can get to the daytime, because I'd much rather drive during the day where you can actually see where I'm going. Is it 4 hours in real time? It isn't, Joshua, no. It's probably about 15-20 minutes. I always say that, but I'm always wrong. I always horribly misjudge how long it actually takes. It's not real time. It is compressed down quite a lot, but I'm really terrible at guessing how long something's likely to take based on the in-game time. So let's say 20 minutes, and let's say I'm probably wrong about that, but I'm saying it anyway. Let's get some rest. And while I'm resting, let's have some Coke. Delicious. And fill her up again. And let's go. So we can move the rest marker now. Next rest stop's going to be in 11 hours, so can we get to Bangassou? We can. Can we get to Zemio? Absolutely not. Okay, so next rest point's going to be here in Bangassou. Or Bangassou. I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce it, but that's where we're going to take our next rest. Let me go. Thank you. Should have been. You put the wrong signal on. Should have been right signal. I don't think so, because I was coming in like head on. Like if I'd been merging, then the right signal would have been appropriate. I learnt in my driving test I did what you just did and he said not to. I mean, are you sure? Like if I'd been on the right hand side and turning in, like because you're cutting across traffic, like the traffic that you're cutting in front of needs to see which way you're turning, right? Like if I'd had my right hand indicator on there, all of the traffic coming from that side wouldn't have seen it. I know what you mean. I know what you're talking about, and there are situations where the right-hand one is the correct one, like sort of counterintuitively. Where are you? We are currently in the Central African Republic, Isaac. If it was a slip road, it would have been a right indicator. Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, if I was... let me just pause for a sec. If the road... Let's say the road's here. If I'm coming, like, straight onto the road like that, then I'd indicate left. But if I was, like, running parallel to the road and then merging in, that's when you'd use right. I think. I think I'm right on that one. Anyway. But yeah, as I was saying, we're in the Central African Republic. We're about halfway between Grimari and Bambari. If you've heard of either of those places. I haven't, I'll be honest. But that's where we are. I wasn't arguing, just saying what I was told. Yeah, I get it. I do. I understand. Thanks for following, Jack. The problem is, like, even driving instructors can be wrong. Even the people who are supposed to be telling you what's right and wrong can sometimes get it wrong themselves. That's the world we live in. Sometimes the experts are not quite so knowledgeable as they think they are. Not that I'm claiming to be a driving expert, because I'm absolutely not. I've never been behind the wheel of a real car, as you know. What's the biggest gift you've ever gotten, says Random. I genuinely don't know. I have no idea how big gifts are. Like, I don't know what the different sizes of gifts are. All I know is, like, the amount that I get at the end of the stream when I cash out, and it's like, oh, you've got 100 diamonds from this live stream or something like that. But like, when people send me individual gifts, I have no idea if it's a big gift or a small gift. I'm thankful however big it is. Interesting contrast in architecture around these parts. We got some thatched roofs next to tower blocks. I like it. Ooh, we're on the side of the road a little bit there. Oh, what's that? Look at that statue, that's really cool. Oh, whoa, okay. No, I'll go. Sorry, I was a bit distracted. That's a cool statue. It's a kid on their parent's shoulder by the looks of it. I like it. Eyes on the road. Eyes on the road, come on. What are you wearing, says Tom. Today, Tom, I'm wearing a navy blue tank top with cherries on it. And I'm actually wearing a matching skirt. You can't really see it very well because of the lighting, but my skirt is also navy blue with red stripes down the edge, so it matches the tank top. They're not actually a set, it's just a happy little accident, as Bob Ross might say. And we're back on the dirt track. Isn't that wonderful? See, the problem is, like, every now and then we'll just get a brief respite. We'll get a few minutes of nice paved road, and then we'll be straight back onto the dirt track again. It's daylight finally, says G-San Fizz. Yes, it is, and hopefully it will stay that way. I'm going to try and keep it daytime from now on. We'll just sleep whenever it gets dark. Favourite truck, says Seb. My favourite truck's probably this one. This is Scania Streamline R730. I'm not very knowledgeable about trucks, to be quite honest. Most of what I know about trucks is from Euro Truck, so this is the truck that I've driven the most. So I'd call this one my favourite. Do you have to pay to add countries to the game? It depends which countries, however. So the main game itself contains the UK, Germany, bits of France, Denmark, and a couple of other places, Netherlands, Belgium, and so on and so forth. Then there's the DLC, which is like expansion packs that you have to pay for. They add in pretty much all of Europe. Pretty much anything that's not in the base game in Europe is added by those DLCs. There's DLC for Spain and Portugal, Italy, Poland, the Scandinavian countries, the Balkans, the Baltics, everything. And the DLC that they're working on at the minute is Greece. So those are all ones that you have to pay for, and then there's also a lot of mods which are free, so you don't have to pay for mods. This that I'm playing right now is a mod. This is, I believe, Heart of Africa. Actually, it's probably easier if I show you through the actual in-game map. So if we come up to Europe itself, up here, so the base game adds in, like I say, the UK here, and sort of this area, most of Germany, northern France, Belgium, Netherlands, that sort of area. Then all of this, pretty much everything else you see here in Europe is from DLC, and then everything outside Europe, so all of this stuff over here in Russia, China, Korea, Malaysia, Indonesia, all the African stuff down here, Middle East, all the way down where I am now, all the way down to South Africa. Those are all mods, so that's all free content. You don't have to pay for those, but you do have to own some of the DLCs. It depends which mods you want to get. I've got all the map DLCs anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But if you don't have all of the map DLCs, do, you know, be warned. Some mods won't work properly if you don't have the DLCs. Are the other trucks driving past real players? They aren't, Seb, no. I'm on single player at the minute, so it's all AI traffic. No real players today apart from me. Thanks for following the PAR Railway, much appreciated. You know what, I'm going to put my foot down a bit. I know the speed limit here is only 43, but we are also in the middle of nowhere. There's no speed cameras or police about, so let's hurry it along a little bit, shall we? Thanks for following Aviation Zach. Is this a paved road I see? It is. Is it only paved because there's a bridge, and as soon as I get over the bridge it's going to turn back into a dirt track? Yes, is the answer. Wonderful. See what I mean? This is how it works. You get a little bit of paved road, and then you're straight back onto the dirt track. Nice view ahead, though. What country is it? Currently, Tom, we are in the Central African Republic. We're currently approaching the town of Alinado. Or Alinado, probably. Again, apologies on pronunciation. If I do pronounce any place names wrong, I'm sorry. I was very wrong. It's actually Alan Dow. I got the A and the D the wrong way around there. Thanks for following Extreme Gamer X16. Thank you. Thanks for following Michelle. Cadog Hughes, I hope I'm saying that right. Ooh. Careful now. Sauti Metrotti, Haribo, Alfie Armstrong, Charlie T, thank you all very much, much appreciated. Slazer12. Hey Saul, hey Chef Niall, how are you doing today? Chewy Junior 7, thank you. Yeah, I'm loving this contrasting architecture. I love how you've got the little mud huts with the thatched roofs, and then you've got the more modern buildings surrounding them. Woo! Again, eyes on the road, Saul. I love your streams. Thank you very much, Alfie Armstrong. It's very nice of you to say. Look where you're going. I know. I'm sorry, Becky. It's because every time the road transitions from dirt to paved, or then from paved back to dirt, the AI traffic slows right down. Like, you can see it happening. Like, as soon as they get to the end of the dirt track, they slow down to almost a complete stop. I don't know why they do that. Like, whenever the road surface changes, they slow down. Thanks for following Mega 27362. Hope that is... hope I'm saying that right. And Truckspot Belgium, thank you as well. Where are we today, says Chef Niall? We're in the Central African Republic. We're en route to Uganda. I don't know if we'll reach Uganda today because it is still 72 hours away, but we'll get as close as we can. The truck axles are not right. What's wrong with the truck axles, Transport Belgium? Do tell. Again, you know, please do, genuinely do tell, because I'm not an expert on trucks. Too much? Well, I can't really do anything about that. This is my all-purpose truck, you know what I mean? I'd rather have a truck that's too overpowered than get a truck that's too small and not be able to do the bigger jobs. Like I say, I know it looks a bit ridiculous having a massive 8-axle truck with such a small trailer, but the advantage is that as soon as I finish this job, I can go and get a much bigger trailer straight away without having to switch trucks. So yeah, like I say, I know that this truck is a bit overpowered for the trailer, but I'd prefer to have an overpowered truck than an underpowered truck, you know what I mean? Any tips? I just started Euro Truck Sim. It says that's a mad one. Oh, that's a mad one. Okay. Yes, my advice is level up your hazardous material training before anything else. I think it's called ADV. There's 5 levels. You can transport like gases, flammable stuff, corrosives, etc., etc. Those are the big money makers. That's where you get the big bucks. So, like, before you upgrade anything else, upgrade your hazardous material handling. American or Euro? This is Euro Truck, Brado. I am in Africa at the minute, though. I'm going to try and get past this truck, because we've been stuck behind it for quite a while. And he did brake check me earlier. Just bought it, wish I got it sooner. That's how I felt, Brado, when I got it. I've had this game for about 5 years now, and even when I bought it, I thought I should have bought this game 5 years ago. It's just such a fun game. It's so relaxing, so engaging. I love it. And it's the perfect game for streaming as well, because it's not too intense, so I have time to read chat and stuff like that. It's not like an FPS game where I'm too busy trying to stay alive to check the chat. You know what I mean? That's why I like playing simulator games on stream, because they're just the right amount of engagement for me to be able to interact with the audience as well. Where are you? I am in the Central African Republic at the moment. Thanks for asking, MTF Epsilon 6. What are you transporting today? I'm transporting scrap metal in one of the new Tirsan trailers. Is the Tirsan DLC new? It's new to me because I only recently bought it, but I don't know if the DLC itself is new. I know the most recent one was the Schmidt's Cargo Bull. Actually, no, there was the Cast Borer. They only just released the Cast Borer, and I do own the Cast Borer DLC, but it's only compatible with version 1.51 onwards, so unfortunately I can't actually buy any of the Cast Borer trailers right now because I'm in version 1.5. Can't be much money in scrap metal. This was actually the highest price per distance of all the jobs from wherever we picked it up from. I forget. Where is the price for the job? Hold on. Yeah, this is 67,711, which actually, to be fair, it is quite a low price for the distance. Because it is a very, very long job. But, again, it was the best price per distance, so even though it's not the best price, it was better than the other jobs at the time. So, Moser or Fanatec, and why? I honestly have no idea, S-Fellow. This is the only wheel I've ever had. I've never used anything from Moser or Fanatec, or any other company for that matter. This, like I say, this is my Logitech wheel. It's the one and only wheel that I've ever had. So I can't really tell you what preference I have for other brands, because I haven't tried them. But I will say that when I do eventually upgrade my wheel, which I'm planning to do fairly soon, I am going to be upgraded to a Thrustmaster, because I have heard exceptionally good things about them. Thanks for following, Peugeot, by the way. Right, we're in Kembe. Or I imagine it's probably more like Kembe. Kembe? Kembe. That sounds right. We are in Kembe. I'm actually 2013 Peugeot 508SW. Oh, how are you doing? Did you finish your drive across Europe? What DLCs did you buy? Says Sonny Root. I've got all the map expansions. So Scandinavia, Iberia, France, Italy, Baltics, Balkans. There's one more that I genuinely can't remember. I've got all the map DLCs. Yeah, Iberia is Spain and Portugal. Going east, that's the one. Going east is Poland and I think Slovakia. So, like I say, there's currently 8 map expansions, and I do own all of them. I also own all of the trailer packs, including, as I say, the most recent one, the Casbora, which I don't actually have access to because I'm on an older version of the game, but I do own the DLC anyway. Did you beat your bishop today, says Crystal Crazy. I've never heard it called that before, Crystal Crazy, but to answer your question, no. Never before streams. Make of that what you will. What's your dream spider for a pet, says Brody T. In terms of jumping spiders, I've already owned my dream jumping spider. It's the Hylas diardi, the eyelash jumping spider. It's the largest species of jumping spider in the world, and I was fortunate enough to own one a couple of years back. Absolutely beautiful spider. Really, really loved owning that particular species. She was amazing, and I would like to own H. diardi again. They're not really widely available. I was thinking of buying another H. diardi when I bought my current jumping spider, but they didn't have any in stock at the time, which is why I got her. She's a Phidippus ardens. But yeah, in terms of jumping spiders, Hylas diardi is the one for me. In terms of tarantulas, because I've never actually owned tarantulas. I might have mentioned it before. I would like to eventually own tarantulas, but I'm not really comfortable enough to do so yet. I want to sort of work my way up to it. But if I ever do work up the courage to own a tarantula, my dream tarantula would be cobalt blue. They are absolutely gorgeous. You can probably guess what they look like. They are this absolutely fantastic cobalt blue colour. They're just gorgeous. They're absolutely gorgeous. I think tarantulas in general are gorgeous. As much as they still creep me out, because I'm still trying to get over my fear of spiders, they are absolutely beautiful as well. There are some amazing colours, some amazing patterns, and like I say, the cobalt blue gotta be up there as my favourite. Perjo says, I finally have the Scania on the trailer, but it is slightly wide. Ah, I see. Well, good luck getting it back. Hope you don't run into any trouble. How far are we? 4 hours, 57 minutes. Russia's going to slap me in the face with fines. Oh, yeah, I imagine. They're going to charge you for having a wide load. No music in the cab, says Becky. No, I don't actually like listening to music when I play games, to be quite honest. Same with Farming Sim. As much as I love the in-game radio in Farming Sim, I also just don't really listen to it. And same with Euro Truck. I just I don't really enjoy listening to music while I'm doing, especially not with driving games. I don't know. It's just not. Just doesn't really bother me. Oh, no, I'm not going to try and overtake that. Thanks for following, Domji. Favourite game and why, says Harrison. My favourite game, Harrison, of all time is the 1998 PS1 game, Oddworld Abe's Exodus, which I actually played on stream very recently. We just finished it a couple of weeks ago. Absolutely love that game. So much nostalgia for that game. It was the first video game I ever played, or at least the first one that I have memory of playing. Fantastic game from a fantastic series, and I will be playing more Oddworld games eventually as well. I really want to play Stranger's Wrath, and eventually we might play the newer games as well, New and Tasty and Soulstorm. But yeah, Abe's Exodus is always going to have a special place in my heart because it was the first video game that I ever played. Thanks for following, by the way, Lucas Lloyd 12 and Harrison. Okay, this is where we were going to rest, but actually we don't need to sleep for another 4 hours, so I'm wondering if we can perhaps make it to Zemio. Let's have a look. 5 hours 35. I mean, if we put our foot down, as we've been doing, we might just make it. So we'll risk it. Although the last time I risked it, we did end up falling asleep at the wheel. I don't know if you remember that a few weeks back. Hopefully we won't have a repeat of that incident. Thanks for following, Jamie. Where are you in the game? We're currently in Bangasso. Or we're just leaving Bangasso, which is in the Central African Republic, and we're en route to Uganda. Oh no, wait, we're not sleeping here. Nearly. We are going to refuel here, but we're not going to sleep just yet. How long have you played ETS2 for? I got into it at university. I think 2019. So about 5 years. I've been playing Euro Truck. I've been playing it from 2015. Damn. How old is Euro Truck actually? When did it come out? I've no idea. I know it's not the first Euro Truck. I know that this is Euro Truck Simulator 2, so there was the earlier Euro Truck 1. But I'm curious. It came out at the end of 2012, I see. So this is a 12-year-old game. Damn. Looking pretty good for it, if I'm being honest. I mean, maybe not this area, because this is a modded area. But it is a fantastic looking game for its age. And maybe when I've got a slightly better PC, it'll look even more fantastic. What lorry are you driving? We are driving, Jacob Tay, the Scania Streamline R730. Here it is. In the colours of the Trans Pride flag, for obvious reasons. I'll show you it a little bit clearer when we are on a straighter section of road. But yeah, it's like I say, Scania R730 Streamline. Fantastic truck. There we go. Now you can get a slightly better look at it. Woo. There you go. Did you see it? Good. What did you do at uni? Computer science, game design. Mason says, that's disgusting, poor truck. Unlike you, Mason, the truck has no feelings to be hurt. I know me being trans and existing upsets you, but the truck doesn't care. The truck is just a truck. I don't know if it's safe to have trans colours in Uganda. Oh, I'm well aware, don't worry. I've driven this truck to some places that are definitely not trans-friendly. But the good news is that in the game, I'm not going to be arrested and imprisoned and attacked for being trans or for having a truck with trans pride colours on it. So, one of the advantages of playing the game and not driving an actual truck to Uganda. When did you play Minecraft? On Mondays, Steph. I just played some yesterday, actually. Am I Daggerwin? I'm not Daggerwin, Niels, but I'll take that as a compliment. I'm a big fan of Daggerwin. I love his farming sim content. In fact, he's pretty much one of the only farming sim YouTubers that I actually watch. I don't really watch YouTubers play games that I have. Like, I don't watch people play YouTube because... I don't watch people play Euro Truck because I have Euro Truck, I can just play it myself. And the same with Farming Sim. I do watch Daggerwin because he's great, but I don't really watch anyone else in terms of Farming Sim. My CPU ended itself yesterday, says Peugeot. Damn, I'm sorry to hear that. What a disaster. I hope you can get it sorted. Well, obviously, not get it sorted, but get a new one. Have you heard of OMSI 2? I have JCB Gaming, JC8 Gaming, sorry. I actually own OMSI 2. I bought it a couple of weeks ago, and I do intend to play it on the channel eventually. I'm not sure when yet, because I'm still learning the ropes of the game. You know, I'm still learning to play it myself, but I do intend to stream some OMSI, some bus simulator, eventually. By the way, Pyro Ashes, thanks very much for the flame heart, much appreciated. CPU costs more than the laptop, says Peugeot. That is a shame, honestly. I'm very sorry to hear that. It happens, you know. It's The unthinkable, sometimes it does happen. Why don't you just drive a real truck? Because I don't want to, hey Butler. I get asked this question a lot, and I always have a little chuckle when people ask me this question. You know, why, if you like playing Euro Truck so much, why don't you just drive a real truck? You know, I mean, because I don't want to. Like my friend, for example, my friend plays Flight Sim. He just recently did a 10-hour flight in Flight Sim. He doesn't want to be a pilot, and nobody questions that. Nobody says to him, "Oh, if you play Flight Sim, why don't you just become a pilot?" Like nobody asks that. But for some reason with Euro Truck, whenever anyone plays Euro Truck, someone inevitably will ask, "Oh, well, why don't you just drive a real truck?" Like, because I don't want to. I want to play it in a game. I don't want to do it in real life. Driving a real truck holds real responsibility and tons of pricey training. Exactly, JCY. Driving a truck in real life is a big responsibility. There's a lot of safety concerns. You know, in this game, I can't like roll down an embankment and die. You know, behind the wheel of a real truck, that could happen. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that in a way that like I'm scared of driving a truck in real life or anything like that. I'm just simply stating a fact. Like, doing something in real life carries with it a lot of risks and responsibilities that doing that same thing in a video game doesn't carry. So like driving a truck in a video game does not mean like I should go and drive a truck in real life. Same as someone who plays Flight Sim, you know, doesn't actually have any intentions on being an airline pilot. Learn to play OMSI on stream could be fun, says Becky. I mean, potentially. Maybe. I don't know. It definitely won't be for a while, at any rate, because I've got a lot of other stuff planned for this month. It's going to be a very busy month, to be quite honest, in terms of streams and videos. So if I do play OMSI, it won't be this month, but like I say, I will play it when I'm ready. Would you ever consider doing Flight Sim? No, Alfie. I don't like Flight Sim. I'm not interested in planes, to be honest. It's just not one of my interests. No, I've never really cared about planes. So, like I say, if that's what you're into, more power to you. But it's just not for me. What's the benefit of giving you money? I'm glad you asked, Anonymous. So first of all, for the low price of £1 a month, you will get your name on this here board. Thank you very much, Sophie, Kate and Gabby Frost, for giving me £1 a month, by the way. You'll also get to join the VIP section of the Discord. If you want to join the non-VIP section of the Discord, you can also do that for free by the link in my bio. And you will also get access to the TikTok live archive, so you can watch all of my past live streams, as well as occasionally other behind-the-scenes content as well, like uncut video footage, that kind of thing. And at the end of the day, it's only £1 a month, you know, which I think is very reasonable for what I'm offering. Like I say, if I had more to offer, then I would make it a higher price, but I think based on the actual reward that you get for supporting me on Patreon, I think £1 a month is very fair, you know. So if you want to do that, then there's a link in my bio to join my Patreon, and again, if you want to join the Discord free of charge, you can do that as well. Do I like Dr. Pepper? I do like Dr. Pepper, Alfie. It's one of my favourite soft drinks, second only to Iron Brew, I would say, because you know how much I love Iron Brew. Thanks for following Tomo, by the way. Jamie says, I see the orange beacon from the FS22 Collector's Edition sat in the corner of the cam. Yes, you do, Jamie. This is my beacon light from the FS22 Collector's Edition. Unfortunately, I can't show it off right now because there are no flashing lights on this truck. But it does work, obviously, with Euro Truck and with Farming Sim. And I'm sure probably with other games that have flashing lights. You're going too fast, says Caden MTB. Yes, I'm going too fast, but if I obeyed the speed limit, it would take us literally months and months and months to finish this delivery. Like, we're trying to get to South Africa. Just let me show you where we are right now. We're here. 3 weeks ago, we were here. It's taken us 3 weeks, 3 streams to get from here to here. And we've still got all of this way to go to get to South Africa. If I don't go over the speed limit, then we're still going to be doing this same drive by Christmas. And I don't want that. I want to ideally get there a little bit sooner than that. So I am disobeying the speed limit. I apologise, but I'm also not going to stop. Thanks for following, Liam. Much appreciated. But yes, as I was saying, I do have the beacon light from the collector's edition of FS22, and I've also pre-ordered the collector's edition of FS25. So we will have the ignition key eventually. In about a month's time, when it actually releases, we'll have the ignition key peripheral, which I'm very much looking forward to. It's got key ring and everything with it. It's got 2 keys plus a key ring. I am a bit curious about how it's going to actually attach to the desk though, because it looks like it's just got those little suction pads on the feet, which doesn't seem very stable. I can imagine, you know, I might turn the key and lift the whole thing off the desk, but we'll see. We'll see how, you know, we'll see what the quality's like when it actually comes out. Thanks for following Finley DO2. Would have been faster by boat. It would have been faster by boat, Adam, but this is Euro Truck Simulator, not Boat Simulator. And it's also not one drive. It's like I'm doing multiple deliveries. It's just my goal is to get to South Africa. Our current job is only to Uganda, and then we're going to get another one. Okay, we are in Zemio, and we are just in time for the rest stop. So let's pull in at the garage coming up on the left. Oh, I just hit the mic. I apologise. What country are you in? We're still in the Central African Republic, but not for much longer, I don't think. I think we're getting near to the edge. Does that petrol station have a rest point? I don't think it does. Okay, we can't actually rest here, so we'll have to go back to that garage, to the garage behind us. But we can still refill here. There we go. Oh, I forgot to put the... Oh no, I did put the handbrake on. Oh, now I know I'm getting bad. I've gone from forgetting to put the handbrake on to forgetting that I did put the handbrake on. Thanks for following, Dainton. Road's just a little bumpy. Yeah, the roads around here, not the best. Like I say, I know there are more paved roads on the way because I've already been to Uganda. So I know that we will be back on paved roads eventually. I just don't know how long it's going to be until we're back on the pavement. And it's night time. Okay, hang on a minute. 47 hours left on the journey. 57 hours left. Oh... We can't. We're going to have to do some nighttime driving. I can't afford to go to sleep again if we're going to make this delivery on time. So, sorry guys, we're back in the dark for the foreseeable. How long is a game hour in real time, says Finreed. I could not tell you. I genuinely could not tell you. I don't know what the timescale is in this game because it changes. It's really bizarre how it works. The game actually has a slightly different timescale in different on different road types. Like if you're on small country roads, the clock actually goes slower than when you're on motorways, which is bizarre. And it's not something that you actually notice when you're driving. You don't really feel that when you're in game. But yeah, the time actually moves slower when you're on smaller roads, which is crazy. Which is also why it feels like we've been on this dirt track for about 5 years, because again, the timescale is slightly slower on this road than if we were on a motorway. Thanks for following, by the way, Oliver Tulea 03. Have I unlocked max distance perk? Yes, I have, Brado. We have got the max distance perk. I'm level 59, I think, at the minute, so I've got everything's maxed out, max level perks on everything. Girl, you are slaying today, says Freddy. Thank you very much, Freddy. I'm glad you like my my cherry tank top. I love it. I've never worn this on stream before, but I've had it a while, and it's cute. I like it. Pro mod, says Wills. Yes, I do have pro mods as well as many, many other mods. My mod list is actually 133 mods strong. And if you want to see my full mod list, the best way to do that is to join my Discord. If you go to the Trucking channel in the Discord, you will find a link to my complete mod list. So if you want to download the exact same mods that I've got and play the game exactly as I'm playing it right now, like I say, join the Discord and there'll be a link there to the mod list. Thanks for following, by the way, Finreed and FarmSim277 Forza. 227 Forza, sorry. I've just realised we didn't actually mark our next rest stop as either. Oh, we are, by the looks of it, about to leave the Central African Republic and enter whatever this next country is. I'm sure someone will let me know. Oh, that's South Sudan, isn't it? Yeah, so we're about to cross over into South Sudan, and then obviously after that there's only Uganda. Whether we get that done today, I don't know. I doubt it. We're already over an hour into the stream. So I doubt whether we'll actually get to Uganda today, but you never know. We'll see. If I keep flooring it, we might just make it. What's your wheel bundle called again? It's the Logitech G Heavy Equipment Bundle, Chef Niall. We're now coming up to Boy Table. Am I? Oh, Boy Tabby. Okay. I thought this town was called Boy Table. It's called Boy Tabby. Okay. So here we are in Boy Table. What DLC is Africa in? This isn't actually a DLC. It's a mod. 1 second. Someone's just joined the Discord server. It's 2463 Fifi. Thank you very much for joining the Discord server. Back to the question. This is not actually a DLC. This is a mod. I've got pretty much all the big Africa mods that are available at the minute. Heart of Africa, Horn of Africa, Road into Wilderness. There's another one, but I forget. Although Heart of Africa is actually called Beyond... no, Road to Africa is now part of a larger map called Beyond. So I've got Beyond, Heart of Africa, Horn of Africa, and Road into Wilderness. That's it. Those are the African mods that I've got. Are they easy to install? Fairly, yeah. Like I say, all you do is download them and then make sure they're in the right load order. Again, if you do want to join my Discord, again, not to plug my Discord too much, but genuinely, if you wanna play with the same mods that I'm using, there is a link in my Discord server to my complete mod list, and there's also instructions on how to properly install all of the mods and make sure they're in the right order so you won't run into crashes and stuff like that. So genuinely, if you want to play with the same mods that I'm playing with, the best way to do that is to join the Discord and check out my mod list and the mod installation guide that goes with that. Fair warning, you will need to own the base game and all 8 current map expansions. So make sure you've got all the DLC, all the map DLC, as well as the base game before you even attempt to get any of the mods that I'm currently using. And you will also need to downgrade your Euro Truck to beta 1.5 because the mods don't work with version 1.51, which is the current version. But that's easy enough to do. You can do that through the Steam app. You can do that directly through Steam. You just... I can't remember off the top of my head how you do it, but it's easy enough to do. You just downgrade it to version 1.5 and then you can get as many mods as you like. Thanks for following, by the way, Rudy. Okay, we are about halfway between Boytabi and Obo is the next city or town that we're approaching. Have I got max trip distance unlocked? Yes, I have, Brado, once again. I'm level 59, so we got all of the drive-in upgrades, all the long distance stuff, eco drive-in, just in time, ADV, all of it unlocked. So we can do any job anywhere. And I've also got in the settings, there's a slider where you can adjust the desired job length, and I've got that up to max as well, so it will always show us longer jobs. It'll always favour longer jobs in the job menu, which is good. And I usually sort by price per distance as well. That's another good point. Someone earlier on asked me for tips about getting started in Euro Truck, and I recommended upgrading your ADV before you upgrade anything else. Another thing I would recommend, always sort by price per distance. Whenever you do any job, make sure, like whenever you're looking for a job, sort by price per distance, and you'll get like the best value jobs first. And always do that. Always do the best paying jobs per mile if you want to build up money fairly quickly in the game. Saul, says Catman Charlie. Hello! What's up? Thanks for the heart, by the way. Are they worth the money, says Brado. What do you mean? Is what worth the money? If you mean the DLC, then yes, absolutely. Thanks for following, Kays. Catman Charlie says, you're welcome, just seeing how you are. Okay, that's thank you. I'm fine. How are you? Oh, did we just... Oh, we just went straight past Obo. Was there anything there? Okay, there were a couple of things. I genuinely didn't even notice. We just drove straight through that town without me even realising. Not bad, thank you. Glad to hear it, Catman Charlie. Ooh, sharp corner. What a beautiful continent Africa is. It's a shame I can't see it. How are you, says John. I'm good, John. How are you doing today? What is Patreon, says Cole. So Patreon is a place where you can support me financially to enable me to continue to make the content that I make and do what I do here on TikTok, or it will be eventually when I have a few more Patreons. At the minute, we have just 3, Sophie, Kate and Gabby Frost, so thank you all very much for supporting me there. If you do want to support me over on Patreon, it costs £1 a month, in exchange for which you get your name on this board, access to the TikTok live archive so you can watch all my past live streams, access to the VIP section on the community Discord, as well as other behind the scenes content. So I occasionally post like uncut video and stuff like that. Which again, for £1 a month, I don't think's a bad deal. So if you want to check it out, feel free. Excuse me. Next time I pause the game, or pull over, I'm going to have a drink of Coke. In fact, I'll have one right now. My throat's getting a little coarse. That's better. Back to it. I like your top. Thank you very much, Lily Ross. Much appreciated. I love this tank top. You may be aware I'm a bit of a tank top wearer. I've got quite a few tank tops, or sweater vests, if you prefer to call them that. I don't. But I've got quite a few tank tops, but most of them are just like plain solid colour. This is my only one I've got that actually has a pattern on it. It's got like little cherries. It's very nice. I like it. Vodka in that, says Catman Charlie. I wish. No, I never drink on stream. Don't worry. Whenever you see me on stream, I'm sober, I promise. After the stream, that's a different matter altogether. But I'm never drunk on camera. Do I enjoy Euro Truck Simulator? Yes, I do, John, yes. This is one of my favourite games. It's my second most played game on Steam, second only to Train Simulator. So that tells you how much I enjoy Euro Truck and how much I enjoy Train Simulator as well. But yeah, I absolutely love this game. I believe actually it was one of the first games that I ever got on Steam, because I've spoken about it before. I grew up with consoles. I never had a PC as a kid. I always grew up with PlayStation consoles. The first time I really had my own computer was when I was at university, because I got a laptop to do uni work. So the first time that I ever really bought games on Steam was while I was at uni, and this is one of the first games that I ever bought on Steam. What do you normally... Sorry, there's a few questions, but I'm going to try and get through them. What do I normally drink, says Catman Charlie. My drink of choice is cider. I'm a big fan of Thatcher's Haze in particular, and at the minute Thatcher's have got a flavour called Blood Orange, which is absolutely delectable. I love it. That's mostly because of university, to be honest, because obviously I went to university in Somerset, which is cider country, so like the first time that I ever like really drunk, apart from like the occasional beer on New Year's Eve, the first time that I actually bought my own drinks for myself and stuff like that is when I used to go out on a weekend with my friends at uni. So that's how I got into drinking cider, and it's been my drink of choice ever since. I don't drink very often, maybe like once a fortnight or something like that. Like every couple of weeks, I might have a couple of pints. But when I do drink, it's usually cider. Okay, more questions. Have I ever played American Truck Simulator? I haven't played American Truck Simulator. I'm not really interested in American trucking, to be honest. I'm not a big fan of T-cabs, and also I'm just not a fan of American roads in general. I prefer Euro Truck because the much tighter roads, much more precise driving, I would say. And I also love cab overs, which are the norm here in Europe. So I'm, like I say, I'm just not really big into American trucking in general, so I've never been interested in actually playing American Truck Simulator. Do I go truck spotting and train? Not truck spotting, no, and not really train spotting, to be honest. Like I say, I am interested in trains, and occasionally, when I can, I'll visit, you know, the National Railway Museum, which isn't too far away from me. It's in York, and I obviously live in Doncaster. There's also a couple of trains at Doncaster's own museum, actually, which is really cool. For those of you who aren't familiar with trains, Doncaster used to be a central building centre for trains on the London North Eastern Railway. So a lot of famous steam engines were built right here in my hometown of Doncaster, including the Flying Scotsman, which is potentially the most famous steam engine ever. That was built here in Doncaster, and the Mallards, the fastest steam engine ever built, still hasn't been beaten for speed among steam engines. Another Doncaster build. So as someone who's interested in trains, I'm really glad that I live in Doncaster, which has such a rich history in railways. Not so much nowadays. The railways have all gone, and it's a husk of its former self. But it is fascinating. Doncaster has a fascinating history in the rail industry, which is nice. But anyway, that was a bit of a tangent. Let's try not to. Let's try and bring the discussion back. I'll try not to rant too much about trains. A few more questions. Sorry. It's because I've got so many questions, and all the questions have really long answers. Okay, what else have we got? Did I order some food yesterday as I had the house to myself? I did, Howard, yes. I mentioned in yesterday's stream that I was on my own for the night, so I was going to order out, and I did end up ordering a Burger King. So that was nice. Normally, when I order from Uber Eats, I get a McDonald's. But I fancied changing it up a little bit this time. So I went for a Burger King, and it was very nice. Might have been a good idea to refill at that petrol station we just went past. Bit late now, but we've only got 500 miles left in the tank. Okay, we can get to this place here, Yambio. Did it warrant the change, says Mike Thomas? It was good, it was good. I mean, I don't think I'm going to permanently change over to Burger King and stop buying McDonald's. But it was nice to try it for a change. I've nothing against Burger King. It's just not really my fast food restaurant of choice, generally speaking. But like I say, it was very nice. Do I have a partner? Says Catman Charlie. I don't, Charlie. No, I am single at the moment and quite happy as I am. But I don't live alone. I live with my brother and his partner, as I've mentioned a couple of times before. But they were out of the house last night, which is why I was on my own, which I'm not usually. So. Police car. Want to do a convoy, says Jaden. Unfortunately, I can't do a convoy with you, Jaden. I believe the mod limit for convoys is 100. So you can do modded convoys, but only if you have 100 mods or less, and I have 133 mods in my current mod pack, so I literally can't do convoys at the moment. I do apologise. Lower your dead zone for smooth steering. It's not the dead zone, Ahmet. The dead zone is actually at 0. It's the wheel itself. I've had this for a very long time, and it's not in very good condition. I am aware of the in-game twitch when I turn the wheel. Don't worry, I'm well aware of that issue. But like I say, I've had this wheel now for over 2 years, and it has been knocked about more times than I care to admit. I am almost constantly elbowing it, or kneeing it, or even headbutting it occasionally. So it's been bruised and battered. It's not in a very good state, and God knows what internal damage has been done from all that bumping and bashing. Okay, we're doing it again. Apologies for the off-roading, by the way. I just want to get back to some proper roads as soon as possible, and if it means breaking a few rules and going off the track every now and then, I'll do it. Hey Saul, says Finley VR. Hey Finley, how are you doing today? Big jobs only, says bro don't care a lot. No, exactly. I don't care. I'll do it. I'll drive 50 miles over the speed limit and off the side of the road. I'll do it. Doesn't faze me. Although actually, okay, we will reach the next checkpoint. Okay, there's only 60 miles to the next checkpoint, so we're okay. Why are we racing again? Says Alex. I just want to get to the. I just want to get back to the proper roads, Alex. I'm sorry. I'm tired of the dirt track. I just want to get back onto paved roads again. That's why I'm flooring it right now. Wrong way effect. Okay, sure. If you say so. No, no, no! fairness, that's entirely my own fault. 16% damage. Oof. That was a big one. That's what you get. That's what you get when you flout the rules of the roads and drive like a maniac. I will take full responsibility for that. That was entirely my own bad driving. As long as we can limp to the repair station, which we are nearly at anyway, it's okay. The biker's poor family is dead. Oh yeah, that guy's dead. That biker is dead, 100%. I'm not going back to check because I already know that he's moved on. How are you doing, Saul? I hope you had a lovely weekend. I did, Danny. How was your weekend? Old lady to drive over, says Daniel. I'll keep a lookout when we get to the next town. There's still 34 hours on the job, by the way, and it's going to take us 50 hours to get there, so I think we can make it. I think we can make it. We are still going to need 2, maybe 3 more rest stops, so it might be cutting it close, but I'll do my best. Oh, let's not do that. Ministry of Anus Inspectors, thank you for following. What a lovely name. Okay, we've discovered Yambio. Thanks for following as well, Aiden's Son 1 and Football Brad 368. Much appreciated. And Sophie, thank you very much. Okay, let's see what the damage is, shall we? Service recommendations, 24 grand. Okay. I mean, as you can see, I've already got like 8.8 mil, so it's literally no skin off my nose, to be quite honest. No harm done at the end of the day, apart from that cyclist that I ran over and definitely killed. As long as there's no cargo damage, that's it. That's literally, you know, that's all I care about. As long as the cargo itself isn't damaged, I don't care how many people I run over. And as you can see, the cargo is still at 0% damage, so we're okay, you know. As long as I still get paid. And also, I ran over that guy in the middle of nowhere, so by the time his family finds out that he's dead, I'll be in Uganda. So it's okay. You know, nobody needs to know. Have you got pedals too? Yes, I have, Sophie. I have 2 pedals, brake and accelerate. No clutch pedal at the minute, but I am getting a gear shifter soon, so eventually I'd like to get a 3rd pedal to go with that. I'm actually buying my new Thrustmaster TH8S gear shifter this week, so the next time I play Euro Truck, I might actually have the new gear shifter. I'm not making any promises. I don't know how quickly it'll actually arrive once I've ordered it. We'll see. Do I like my piano stool, says Isaac. No. If you've seen my piano videos, you'll know that I do not have a proper piano stool. I've got just like a cheap plastic bench that I sit on. I have got my eye on a proper piano stool from Gear for Music. I think it's £90, the one that I want, but it's proper leather upholstery and it's got a tray underneath for storing sheet music in. And I think if I'm going to get one, I might as well get a proper quality one. Like I say, I don't really have enough to buy it at the minute because there's so much other stuff that I need to buy. But I will eventually be upgrading my piano stool. I'll be getting a proper piano stool at some point. And like I say, it will be from Gear for Music. I trust Gear for Music completely. I've bought quite a lot of stuff from them in the past. My keyboard is actually from Gear for Music. You've never seen my keyboard because I record all of my videos on my piano now. But before I got the piano, I had a keyboard from Gear for Music, and it's absolutely fantastic. My sister's boyfriend has bought guitars, banjos, and all sorts of other stuff from them. Really, really good quality stuff. So if you are interested in music, if you're someone who owns a lot of musical instruments or wants to buy musical gear, highly recommend Gear for Music. Watch your setup and stuff, says Aiden Sun 1. If you want to see the full details of my setup, check my pinned video, Aiden. It should be my second pinned video. It's a complete cost breakdown of all of my stuff here, with the exception... Sorry, I've got something in my eye. I keep rubbing my eye. I've got something in it. With the exception of the gear stick, of the handbrake, which I didn't have when I made that video, everything else that I've got here is in that video, along with specs and prices and stuff like that. So if you want to know what all of this stuff cost, where I got it all from, and stuff like that, check my pinned video for that. Okay, where are we going? 11 hours till the next rest stop. Will that get us to the... Oh, we've already crossed the border. Once again, didn't even realise that we crossed the border. We are now in South Sudan. We are just 33 hours away from Kampala. Can we get to Juba? I think we can get to Juba. Is there a petrol station? There is. There we go. 372 miles. Let's do it. Oh, see, we are cutting it fine now, though, because there's only... So we've got 33 hours of driving left to get there, but the deadline is in 40 hours, and we're going to need to sleep at least twice more before we get there. I think this job's going to be late, I'll be honest with you guys. I don't think we're getting this delivered on time. I think we're going to be maybe 10, 12 hours late. That's if we only sleep twice more. We might even need to sleep 3 more times before we get there, so it could we could be like days late. Which is unfortunate, because it means we're going to get deductions from our payment. But it is what it is. We'll try and get there in as timely a nature as possible. Don't sleep, says Becky. If I don't sleep, I will fall asleep at the wheel. That can actually happen. And then the truck will be very badly damaged, so I don't want to do that. I'd rather just be late. Is that 3 hours real time? No, don't worry, Toast. It's not 3 real hours. The game time is greatly compressed. Although we have only got an hour and 15 minutes left on the stream, so I don't know. I don't think we're going to get all the way to Uganda today. Maybe to the border, but definitely not to the final destination. I think the sun's coming up. Seems to be getting ever so slightly brighter out there. Thanks for following Toast465, much appreciated. Is that sunrise? I don't know. It looks like it's getting slightly brighter, but I'm not sure. Well, what time is it? It's 4:50 AM, so yeah, it is going to start getting lighter quite soon. How did you find the game you play with the goblins, the retro game? I'm not sure what game you mean there, Alex. I don't think I've played a game with goblins on stream. The game with goblins, the retro game. Do you mean Abe's Exodus? Because those weren't goblins, but maybe that's the game that you meant. That's the only retro game I've played. How did you find it? It's on Steam. The entire Oddworld series is on Steam. The best way to find it is to just search Oddworld, because all of the games have Oddworld in the official game title. So there's Oddworld Abe's Exodus, Oddworld Abe's Odyssey, Oddworld Munch's Odyssey, Oddworld Stranger's Wrath, Oddworld New and Tasty, and Oddworld Soulstorm. Those are the 6 games in the series. But like I say, they've all got Oddworld in their official title, so if you search Oddworld on Steam, it'll show you the full collection. Have you got your full beam on? I think we do, yes, Poppypork. That's a dark road, yes it is. There are very few lights in this part of the world, I guess. I'm not sure if you know, but can I use my Logitech steering wheel for farming sim? Yes you can, Aiden. This wheel here that I've got is actually designed for farming sim. It's the the heavy equipment bundle. I guess that you are referring to a racing wheel, but it should still work. What wheel specifically do you have? Like I say, I mean, any wheel should work with any game in theory. You might have to do a bit of fiddling and mapping to make it work as you want it to, but pretty much any wheel should work with any driving game. Like, I've used this wheel for Burnout Paradise, and it is definitely not designed for Burnout Paradise, but I have played Burnout Paradise with this wheel. Is it one of your fave gaming series, says Alex? Yes, Alex. The entire Oddworld series is a massive favourite of mine. Like I say, Abe's Exodus is my favourite game of all time, but the entire Oddworld series is fantastic. Very, very heartfelt games. Like, there's so much passion poured into them. The art style is incredible. The world building is incredible. The messages are incredible. They're very political. You know, I'll say that up front because you know, there are certain people out there on the internet who believe that there were no such thing as political video games before 2015. But yes, the entire Oddworld series, which has been going from 1997, is very politically charged. There's a lot of political overtones in those games, so fair warning. But they're just fantastic. They have so much to say, and they say it brilliantly. Does it even have force feedback? This wheel does not have force feedback. No, Reigns Media. This it's a very basic wheel. It's a great wheel for beginners. but there's no force feedback or anything like that, which is why I am planning on upgrading it at some point in the near future. But it has served me well in the time that I've had it. It is a fantastic wheel. Jake says, L, waste of money. Well, it was only £200 for this and the panel and the pedals, which I think personally is exceptionally good value for money. Like I say, if I could afford to pay at least £500 or more for a force feedback wheel, I would, but I can't. So the only thing even close in price is the Thrustmaster T248 and T128, which is what I'm actually planning on replacing this with. But even that costs £200 just for the wheel. So to pay £230 for the wheel, the panel, and the pedals, again, I think that's really good value for money, to be perfectly honest. It's certainly better value for money than pretty much anything else you'll find on the market, unless you want to buy a second-hand wheel from like the early 2000s. In which case, knock yourself out. They need to make an Uber simulator, says Becky. Maybe they already have. Maybe not Uber specifically, but I'm sure there's got to be a taxi simulator out there. If anyone's got their browser open right now, or if anyone's on Steam at the moment, go check out, go search on Steam and see if there's a taxi simulator. Thanks for following, by the way, Harry42333. Do I drink and drive? No, I don't, Harry. I never drink when I'm streaming, as I've mentioned earlier in today's stream. I do drink, but never when I'm on camera. Never when I'm streaming or recording videos. There is a taxi simulator. Okay, cool. Maybe I'll check it out one day. Who knows? There is a bus simulator. Oh, there's plenty of bus simulators. Yeah, I'm familiar with the multitude of bus simulators out there on the market. I've actually got Bus Simulator 15, 18 and 21, as well as OMSI, which I bought a couple of weeks ago, and I've been told is one of the best bus simulators there is. So don't worry, I know all about bus simulators, and I will play some of those eventually as well. I'm going to refill here. Do I wear tights? I'm not wearing tights today, Harry, no, even though I am wearing a skirt, I'm not wearing tights. But I do occasionally. The thing is, like, the reason that I wear tights mainly is because I have quite hairy legs, right? And, you know, you know why I have hairy legs. I'm not going to spell it out for you, but, you know, I do, and sometimes I can't really be bothered to shave them, so I wear tights because they cover it up. But fortunately the camera doesn't really pick up my leg hair anyway, so I don't really bother wearing tights on camera. So there's your answer. Yes, I do wear tights, but not normally when I'm recording. That's why, says Big Louie. Yes, that is why. I've just told you that's why. If you went swimming, what would you wear? Probably trunks. I haven't been swimming for a very long time, and I probably wouldn't enjoy swimming until I have had some hormone therapy, because, as I've mentioned in previous streams, there's nothing going on up here. So if I were to go swimming right now, I would wear just a pair of swimming trunks. But, you know, in a few years' time, once I've had some growth in that area, then I might wear something else. But it's a purely academic question because I haven't gone swimming for like 5 years and probably won't do for a long time anyway. Where did you buy the handbrake from? The handbrake is just from eBay. I genuinely don't know what brand it is. It came in a completely unmarked box. there's no branding anywhere on the thing, so I don't know who made it. I don't know where it comes from, but I bought it on eBay for 30 quid and it works. So I'm happy with it. Thanks for following Nas Akansky. Much appreciated. That's not true. You have a ginormous heart going on up there. Thank you, Alex. That's very touching. But what I don't have is ginormous titties. Or any titties, for that matter. If you wanted to make the conversation awkward, congratulations. We've arrived at the awkward part of the conversation. To alleviate the awkwardness, we're now just going to sit in silence for several minutes. How about a drink? There we go. I'm going to have a drink. So, the weather's horrible, isn't it? It is, Sophie, it is actually. It's not raining right now, but it has been for most of the day. We've hit that time of year in the UK, also known as literally any time of year. But we've hit that part of the year where it gets particularly bad weather-wise, so it has been torrential rain for the last few days, which is lovely. Do I live in a truck, says Harry. No, I live in a house. Do I watch movies? I do watch movies, Howard, yes. The most recent movie that I watched was Alien Romulus, which I went to watch with my sister. She's a big Alien fan, as am I. So we went to go and watch the new Alien about a month ago, and it was very good. I enjoyed it. I really thought it was a good film. I'm someone who is a big fan of pretty much all Alien films. I'm not a big fan of Resurrection, but I will defend Alien 3, I will defend Prometheus, and I will even defend Covenant. I love all of those films, and I really enjoyed Romulus as well. I'm not one of those Alien purists who only likes the first two films and thinks that everything that came out after that is a steaming pile of garbage. Do I believe in UFOs? I don't, Alex, no. I believe in aliens. Nothing could convince me that we are not alone in the universe. Like, there's absolutely no way that we are the only life in the entire universe. Like, the sheer size of the universe, it's just impossible. So I fully 100% believe that life exists on other planets. I don't believe it's ever come to Earth. I don't believe we've ever been visited by any of our neighbours. So no, I don't believe that aliens have ever visited Earth, but do they exist? Definitely, absolutely. It's impossible for them not to exist. Probably not in our galaxy, though. If so, maybe small organisms like bacteria. I mean, I don't know. I think, like, you got to think that the nearest star to us is 4.5 light years away, which means even if you could travel at the speed of light, it would take you 4.5 years to get there. It's going to take Voyager 1 hundreds of thousands of years to travel that distance. So the thing is, like, there could be a civilization as advanced as ours just a few light years away, and we would never know about it because, you know, we aren't capable of faster than light travel. So it's reasonable to assume that they might not be capable of faster than light travel either. You know what I mean? So, like, it's really, you know, there could be thousands and thousands of intelligent civilizations, even just in our galaxy, and there'd be no way of us ever knowing about it. And like I say, I firmly believe that there are. Like I say, we're not the only intelligent life in the universe. Definitely, we're definitely not the only life in the universe. Full stop. Because as you say, like microorganisms and bacteria and stuff like that, that has to exist somewhere else. It's impossible that there's no. It's impossible that there's no life at all in the universe, and I think it's equally unlikely to believe that there's no more intelligent life in the universe. Thanks for following, by the way, Billy McMichael987. I also believe it, however, it's not easy for a planet to sustain life, the conditions have to be perfect. Yeah, that is very true. Obviously, a lot of things have to come together for life to be able to begin. Like, the conditions have to be just right. Like, take a look at our solar system. What a lot of people don't know that Mars is actually in the habitable zone of our solar system. The Goldilocks zone, if you want to call it that. Mars is actually within that zone, and yet there's no life on Mars because the conditions aren't right. Like, even though the distance from the sun is right, the other conditions aren't right. So it's, you know, so many different things have to come together, and it has to be just perfect for life to even begin, let alone survive. But then again, you've got to think, like, there's in our galaxy there are like 200 trillion stars. If 1% of those stars had planets in the Goldilocks zone, then that's 2 trillion potential planets with life on in our solar system alone. And, like, that's even if we're being extremely generous and saying 1%, right? So, like I say, just the sheer scale and the sheer amount of planets that there are out there, there's got to be hundreds, thousands, maybe even millions of other planets out there that meet those very specific criteria. And the other thing as well is, like, those criteria are only specific to life as we know it. Like, there could be life that's entirely different, that's like beyond our conception, that we couldn't even begin to imagine, that appeared under completely different conditions. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of theories about silicon-based life and stuff like that. A lot of scientists have theorized that whereas we are made of carbon, there could be life forms made of silicon. But, you know, maybe there could even be other bases. There could be, like, maybe like hydrogen-based life or oxygen-based life. It's you know, I think we take a very Earth-centric view of it. You know, we assume that if there's life out there, it will be similar to us. But it could be completely different. Like I say, it could be like completely beyond our comprehension. So yeah, enough talking about aliens. Let's talk about Euro Truck Simulator. Just my closing thoughts on this particular topic. To conclude, I am 100% absolutely certain there is life in the universe. With the sheer amount of stuff there is up there, it is absolutely impossible that we're alone in the universe. So yes, I 100% categorically believe that aliens exist. But I don't believe they've ever visited us here on Earth. I don't believe that they've ever. I don't believe that they, you know, steal our cattle and abduct humans and do anal probes and whatever else. You know, that's all made up. But the aliens themselves, they're somewhere out there. Anyway, what game are you playing? I'm playing Euro Truck, Bales. Let's try and bring the conversation back to Euro Truck now. So we are about to take another break here at Juba. We've actually got 4.5 hours before we need to rest again, so I might carry on driving, but we will refuel while we're here. And I did get another question that I just want to read out. Let me just refuel real quick. So we got a question from Jess. I don't know if you're still here, Jess, but Jess says, you seem quite open. Hope it's okay to ask, what are your plans with your transition, or are you happy now? Good question, Jess. Thank you for asking. My plans are, I would like to do HRT. I've mentioned before. I don't plan on having any surgeries. I'm very comfortable with what I've got going on downstairs, so I don't want anything removing or anything like that. I don't want my Adam's apple shaving, or, you know, my vocal cords tightening or anything like that. I don't plan to have any surgery whatsoever. But I do want to take HRT, which is hormone replacement therapy, you know, estrogen, progesterone, estradiol, etc., etc. I do want to eventually take that. But that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I want, to be honest. I think the results that I want can be achieved purely through HRT. The results that I really want are boobs. That's it. End of list. And HRT can give me those without the need for any surgery. So in conclusion, as long as I get some nice big boobies, I'm fine with not having any surgery. Tightening sounds scary. I mean, it's a fairly routine procedure, Harry. Like I say, I don't want it done. Does HRT affect voice? No, it doesn't, however. So HRT for trans women does not affect your voice. The way that your vocal cords work is that testosterone loosens them, which is why when you go through male puberty, your voice gets deeper. But once they've been loosened, they can't be tightened back up, unless you get it done manually with surgery. Which is why trans men, like people who are transitioning from female to male, when they take testosterone, their voice will get deeper. But for a trans woman taking estrogen, the voice, you know, it won't get higher again. Once it's dropped, it stays dropped. So the only way to raise it back up is either through surgery to have the cords tightened, or to do vocal training. And I think that, you know, vocal training is pretty much enough. Like I say, I don't really see that surgery is necessary. Most trans women that I know have done vocal training, and it gives them a fairly feminine sounding voice, and they don't really ever need to have any sort of surgery. You know, some people do. Some people do have surgery to tighten their vocal cords, but for the most part, again, I think it's not necessary. You can achieve the results that you want through voice training alone. So that's what I'm hoping to do. I'm hoping that, you know, over time, I will do voice training, and I will get a more feminine voice, a higher pitched voice. And like I say, I don't plan on having surgery on my vocal cords. I'll do it myself. So what transition are you? I am male to female. Your boy K is. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm male to female, so I was born male, says male on my birth certificate. But I'm a trans woman, so I'm transitioning to female. But as I've said before, I haven't actually done any kind of medical transition yet. I have socially transitioned, so, you know, the people around me know that I'm trans and they treat me as a woman. I'm currently in the process of legally transitioning. I've actually applied for my new passport a couple of weeks ago, so I'm currently waiting for that to arrive. So social transition, legal transition, I'm on top of, but my medical transition I haven't actually started yet, because I'm not really in the best financial place to start it, to be honest, and I'm lucky enough that I don't really need to start it urgently, you know what I mean? For a lot of trans people, it is literally a life or death situation. For a lot of trans people, you know, it's if I don't transition, I will be suicidal and depressed. Me personally, I'm not that desperate to medically transition. I want to. I want to medically transition. I want to take hormones and stuff like that eventually. But I don't feel that sort of pressure that a lot of other trans people feel. I very much have the attitude of I don't mind waiting until I can afford to get it done properly. So to answer your question, I like I say, I haven't done any kind of medical transition yet. I do plan to eventually, but not until I'm in a more financially stable place in my life. Did you ever identify as gender fluid? I didn't, Alex. No, I went straight to trans woman. There's never really been any doubt in my mind. I think I've just killed my second cyclist of the day. Oh dear. No, to answer your question, whoa, let's slow it down a little bit. We're on quite a rocky path right now. Let's just take a deep breath. 14 hours. Okay. Hold on. Sorry, I've lost track of my my thought process now. I'll get to this rest point and then I'll try and answer that question again. Because we are about to arrive at the border with Uganda. But yeah, there's a couple of questions that I want to answer. George says, "Why did you feel the decision? Why did you make the decision to transition? Just curious." And Alex says, "Did you ever identify as gender fluid?" I will address both of those questions in just a moment. But before we do that, I'm gonna get to the border for what should be our final sleep of the night, of the drive. What game, says ZC? The game is Euro Truck Simulator 2. Okay, so this is a border town. I think this is still technically South Sudan, but we are about to cross into Uganda, so we'll have a little sleep before we do. Thanks for following, ZC, by the way. What do you do for a living, says Elsie? I am between jobs at the minute, Elsie. My most recent job was graphic designer in a print shop. So I designed like posters, business cards, leaflets, stuff like that. That was what I did most recently. At the minute, I'm looking for work in the game design industry because I have a degree in game design. And I spend a lot of my free time like working on my portfolio, stuff like that. You know, keeping my game dev skills sharp and that sort of thing, so that when I do eventually get into the industry, I'll know what I'm doing. Do you have a source of income? At the minute, I'm living off savings, and I have enough in savings to like comfortably live off for a fair amount of time. So, I mean, it does help that I live with my brother, so you know, I'm not paying everything myself. We split bills and stuff like that, which does help. But like I say, I'm not like in desperate need. It's not like if I get a job, if I don't get a job next week, I'm gonna starve. It's you know, it's not like that. Like I say, I've got enough to comfortably keep myself going, to give me time to find the kind of work that I'm really interested in. Okay. Anyway, let's get back to the questions that I was trying to answer earlier that I got a little bit sidetracked from. George says, why did you feel the decision to transition? Just curious. And Alex says, did you ever identify as gender fluid? Okay, so first things first, George. I've got a video planned very soon on the 15th of October, which is the 3-year anniversary of my public coming out. I am going to be doing a video talking about how I realised I was trans, how I came out, and you know, how I know that I am trans. It's a very long story. You know, I mean, obviously, it is a very big question, and it doesn't have a simple answer. But to try and sort of give you an abridged version, I was always sort of uncomfortable with quite a few. Hold on, am I not close enough there? There we go. I was always very uncomfortable with certain aspects of myself. Sound of my voice, facial hair, Adam's apple, broad shoulders, big hands, etc, etc, etc. And if you notice a pattern there, it's because all of those things are typically associated with masculinity. So even though I didn't know I was trans, I sort of always felt uncomfortable with all these aspects of myself. And again, it just so happens that all the things that I hated about myself were all the things that are traditionally considered masculine. So eventually the penny dropped, and I sort of realised, well, you know, maybe the reason that you hate all of these masculine things about yourself. Oh, Ugandans drive on the left-hand side. That was very close. Whoops-a-daisy. Yeah, it came to a point where I sort of started to think to myself, you know, maybe the reason that you dislike all of these masculine aspects about yourself is because you dislike masculinity as a whole. Maybe you'd be more comfortable being a woman. Again, it's a lot more complicated than that. It wasn't just you know, woke up one day and said, oh, I guess I'll try being a woman from now on. But that's the basic gist of it. You know, like I say, there was this discomfort that I couldn't quite put my finger on. I couldn't quite figure out why I felt the way that I did. And eventually I asked myself, you know, maybe the reason that I feel this way is because I'm transgender. And after a lot of soul searching, a lot of self-reflection, I realised that yes, I am transgender, and that is the reason that I felt all that discomfort growing up. And you know, the reason that I know that I'm trans now, you know, people ask me, like, how are you so sure that you're trans? You know, what if one day you wake up and decide that you're not actually trans? You know, the reason that I know that I'm trans now is because I don't feel any of that discomfort anymore. Even though I still have all of those features that I disliked before, I don't feel the same discomfort that I do now because I know the reason that I disliked them before, if that makes sense. Like, I don't feel discomfort because I figured out what was causing it in the first place. And that's how I know that I'm trans, and that's why I know that I'm never gonna wake up one morning and realise that I've made a mistake, because I haven't. I know that what I've done is right. I know that I've reached the right conclusion, and I'm very happy very, very happy actually. I know I say it a lot, but I feel like people. I feel like when I say I'm happy, people don't really get what I'm actually saying. I don't mean I'm happy like, oh, there's a smile on my face. When I say I'm happy, I mean I'm genuinely happier than I've ever been in my life. I am like ecstatic. Genuinely. Which again is how I know that I'm right. Is how the reason that I know that I'm definitely trans is because I'm happier than I've ever been in my entire life. So I hope that answered that question, George. Thank you very much for asking once again. And the other question from Alex was, did you ever consider that you might be gender fluid? And the answer to that is no. It never even crossed my mind, to be honest, that I might be gender fluid. I'm aware of the fact that there are certain things about me that might suggest gender fluidity, like the fact that I don't really have much gender dysphoria. I don't really, you know, I dislike the more masculine aspects of myself, yes, but they don't really. I'm not really depressed about it. I'm not really. They don't really affect my mood or my life that much, which I know some people might take as a sign of gender fluidity. But it doesn't really make sense to me. And I don't mean that in a way that I'm trying to invalidate gender fluidity, because that is absolutely not what I'm doing. You know, I know gender fluid people, and if that's how you feel, then that's absolutely fine. But I don't feel that way. I feel like a woman every day. You know, there's never a day when I wake up and I think to myself, oh, I feel more like a man today than I did yesterday. I feel like a woman all the time, which is how I know that I'm definitely a trans woman and not gender fluid. So thank you for the questions, George and Alex. I hope that both of those answers were satisfactory. What the hell are you doing? Let me just scoot around here, because some people just don't know how to drive. And also, by the way, I just want to quickly mention, it looks like we're actually going to get there in time. We've done so much speeding that we're actually not going to be late after all. So we are actually going to get there with plenty of time to spare as well. So I'm glad that I didn't obey the speed limit now. I love your honesty and openness. Thank you, Jess. It's very nice of you to say so. I've said it before. I genuinely believe the best way to combat transphobia and the best way to address people who don't understand trans people is to help them to understand. You know, it's obvious. You know, people dislike what they don't understand. That's a simple fact of life. If people don't understand stuff, they tend to not like that stuff, right? And I think the best way that we can deal with that is to try and help people understand. So that's what I do here on TikTok. That is like sort of my mission here on TikTok, is that I, as much as I can, I try to help people understand. Because the more you understand, the more you accept, right? The more you understand me as a trans person, the more you are likely to accept trans people as a whole. So, and not everyone will listen. You know, there's always going to be a few people out there with their fingers in their ears who won't listen to a word I say. But then there are also people out there who genuinely will sit down and listen to what I'm saying and take it on board, and you know, genuinely understand what I'm saying and perhaps even change their opinion on trans people because of it. And that's really what I live for, at least here on TikTok. That's really why I keep doing what I'm doing. Because that's the most important thing to me. The single most important thing is to help people understand, and that's what I try to do. We're back on real roads, by the way. I've been yapping so much for the last half an hour that I didn't even notice we have actually gotten back onto solid paved roads at last, and it's much appreciated. We're still off-roading because I really want to get to this destination as quickly as possible. But it's good to have tarmac beneath the wheels again. Thank you, Staggy, for joining the Discord, by the way. Nice to have you on board. And don't forget, by the way, everybody, if you want to join me on Patreon or Discord, there are links in the bio. The Discord, I mean, at the minute, there's only about 20-25 people there, so it's not a really huge active place at the minute, but eventually I want the Discord to be a sort of community hangout. You know, it's a place for you to talk to me and talk to other members of my audience. You can get updates when I stream and when I post videos and stuff like that. If you have any questions for me that I don't have time to answer on stream and stuff like that, you know, you can ask me there. So again, you know, not to plug my Discord too much, but if you do want to join, if you want to be part of the community, I highly recommend joining the Discord. And support me on Patreon as well. Thank you, Sophie, Kate and Gabby Frost, for supporting me on Patreon. It only costs £1 a month, so please do it. End of plug. What's your schedules for gaming, says Jess. My current schedule, Jess, is Mondays, Tuesdays and Fridays. So I play Minecraft on Monday, Euro Truck Simulator on Tuesdays and Farming Simulator on Fridays. Farming Simulator will soon be coming to an end because we are almost at Farming Simulator 25. I'm only going to be doing 3 more live streams in FS22, and then we're going to take a couple of weeks off and come back with FS25. So yeah, Farming Sim will be taking a short break soon, but Euro Truck and Minecraft will still be carrying on a Tuesday and a Monday. And I occasionally do one-off streams as well. Sometimes I'll do a stream on a Saturday or a Sunday. But those are my 3 like regular days. Those are the 3 days that I do every week. So like I say, Minecraft on Monday, Euro Truck on Tuesday, and Farming Sim on Friday. Those are my 3 regular series. What about Tiny Glade, says Red Phesm K805. I'm actually not going to be playing Tiny Glade on stream. That was it. That was it was a one-shot. So apologies for everyone who joined on Saturday and enjoyed Tiny Glade. I'm never going to stream that game again. It was a one-off stream. I apologise. All the games that I played on Saturday, Tiny Glade, Minami Lane and Dorf Romantic, they were all one-shots, so it's very unlikely that I will play any of those games again on stream. I apologise if you enjoyed those games, but that was it. That's all you get. I am going to be doing another Cozy Game stream. I've got another 3 games that I'm going to be playing on the last Saturday of this month. But like I say, those were one-offs, so if you want to see me play more Cozy Games, they will be more coming, but those particular games are not likely to come back, I'm sorry. Thanks for joining the server, by the way, the British Noob, much appreciated. What will you do on Tuesday if not ETS? Next Tuesday I will be playing Euro Truck, but I might also be doing an unboxing stream for my new gear shifter. As you know, I am planning on ordering my new Thrustmaster THAS 8-speed gearbox this week, and it should arrive in time for next Tuesday's stream. So what I'm planning on doing is unboxing it live on stream and then getting it set up and playing a little bit of Euro Truck with it. So that'll probably happen next Tuesday. So it will still be a Euro Truck stream, but I'll combine it with the unboxing stream for the new gear shifter. I'm going to scroll back in the chat just a second because we got a couple of questions that I might have missed. It's an absolute pleasure to share time with you. Thank you, Poppy Pork. That's very kind of you to say so. Where are you in Africa right now? We're in Uganda, and we are very close to our destination. Let me just tab into the game here. As you can see, we're approaching Kampala, which is the final destination for today's stream. 15-minute stream extension, says Howard. Don't hold your breath. I'm not saying yes, but I'm not saying no. You know you're on the grass. Yes, I do, Jimbo. Watch PC specs. 3GB graphics card, 32GB RAM, Intel i5 6500 CPU. But I am planning on upgrading very soon. I've got my eye on a PC which has an RTX 3060 12GB graphics card, 32GB RAM, and an i5 10500 CPU. So yes, my current PC, 3GB, 32GB, 6500. But I am planning on upgrading it very soon. Uh, 3GB GPU. What quality do you have the game on? The game's on medium. This is medium quality graphics. Like I say, once I do upgrade to the 12GB GPU, we'll be able to play on ultra graphics, smooth, ultra high graphic quality. At the minute, it's only on medium. I got to go off at 10:02 as got a call with the doctor. That's okay, Becky. Thank you for joining anyway. You've still got another 20 minutes, so I'll try and make it enjoyable for you. Any plans for dinner tonight? No, actually, Howard. I have no plans for dinner at the moment. Well, actually, I've just ordered shopping today. It's going to be arriving at about 7 o'clock, so I'll probably wait till the shopping gets here and see what we can cook up. Are you playing online as you didn't qualify for driving? Looks a bit dangerous. No, I'm playing on single player. And yes, I am driving very dangerously. Don't worry, I know. I always find it funny when people join my streams and they're like, you know you're driving quite dangerously. Like, I'm literally on the grass at the side of the road. I know that I'm driving dangerously. You don't have to tell me. If you want me to drive even more dangerously, I can. If such a thing's possible. She's in a rush, says Becky. Exactly. I got places to be, you know? I don't have time to wait in traffic. I've got deliveries to make. Whoa! Oh, that was a big one. That was our second major crash of the stream. 18%. Damn. Okay. It's okay. We're nearly there anyway. We'll get some repairs done in the next town. Or the final town, actually. We're coming up to Kampala, which is our destination. Would you do a cooking stream? I don't think so. I'm not actually great at cooking, to be honest. Lasagna, bolognese, curry. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I can do. So I probably won't be showing off my culinary skills on stream anytime soon. Woo! Okay, that was close. What's your dream spider, says Brody T. I think someone asked me that question earlier. I don't know if it was you, but someone did ask me the same question earlier. My dream spider, in terms of jumping spiders, I would very much like to own a Hylas diardi. In fact, I already have owned a Hylas diardi, the eyelash jumping spider. It's the largest species of jumping spider in the world. And I have been fortunate enough to have one before, and she was absolutely amazing. Best spider I've had. No offence to Luna over there in the background. Fortunately, she can't understand English, so she doesn't know that I'm slagging her off right now. I love you really, Luna. But you know, between you and me, my previous jumping spider was the best spider I ever had. So yeah, in terms of jumping spiders, Hylas diardi. In terms of spiders in general, I would really love to own a cobalt blue, which is a tarantula species. I've never owned a tarantula, and probably won't for quite a while, but eventually, one day, when I'm a bit more comfortable with spiders, I would like to own tarantulas. And one species that I would absolutely love to own more than any other is the cobalt blue, because they are absolutely gorgeous. You can probably guess what they look like from the name. They're cobalt blue in colour, and yeah, they're just so gorgeous. Tarantulas in general, I think, are so pretty. They also still give me the creeps, which is why I'm not comfortable enough to own one yet. But they're just fascinating. They're such beautiful animals. I really, honestly love spiders so much, and I think it's such a shame that people are so scared of them, and I'm ashamed to say that I myself am scared of them, because they are fascinating. But I love spiders, love tarantulas. I think they're absolutely gorgeous, and the cobalt blue has got to be up there as my personal favourite. Do I plan to have kids, says Howard. Yes, I do, Howard. I do plan to have kids one day. I'm in no rush. I'm only 25. I've got plenty of time to think about that, you know. But I would like to have kids eventually, yes. I made it! I actually didn't think... Yes, thank you, Becky. I didn't actually think I was going to make it today. So we've driven from Bossangoa. I think that's where we started today. All the way to Kampala. We've actually made a very good drive today. We've covered a very good distance. Still a long way to go to South Africa, but we're going to get there eventually. The furthest south I've been so far is Francistown in Botswana, but we will eventually get all the way down to South Africa. Before I take on any more jobs, I am going to get some repairs done here in Kampala. Oh, whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Okay. Back to... I was just about to read a question from Brody T, who says, what about a Black Widow? I'm going to be honest with you. Maybe a controversial take. I think Black Widows are overrated. I don't care for Black Widows. I don't think they're as interesting as people say they are. Like, the only interesting thing about them is that they can kill you. They've got a poisonous bite. That's it. I'm sorry. I don't see what's so interesting about Black Widows. I don't see the appeal. They don't interest me in the slightest. I'm sorry, not sorry. What football team do you support? I don't support any. Ooh, we're in Uganda. I keep forgetting, we're in Uganda. They drive on the left-hand side of the road. I come from a left-hand side country. I should, you know, my brain should be conditioned to drive on the left. Anyway, as I was saying, I don't support any football team because I'm not interested in football. Sorry. Do you like any other animals? I love animals, yes, I'm very much an animal person. I don't really know that there's any animals specifically that I would say I'm interested in. Not like spiders. Spiders, I would say, are the only animal that I am genuinely like passionate about. I like other animals, but I'm not really as interested in learning about them as I am with spiders. I don't have the same fascination for other animals that I do with spiders. Let's put it that way. Okay, let's get a service. 27k this time. Okay, well, needs must. Oh, I'm actually going to replace the tyres as well. They're getting quite worn. 15k for those. Just make sure they're in tip-top condition. And how tired are we? 5 hours. I'm going to sleep anyway, so we can start fresh with a new job. Excuse me. Do I watch any sport? I don't, to be honest, Lewis. I'm not into sports. I'm not a sporty person. I don't watch sports. I don't do sports. It's just doesn't interest me. To be perfectly honest, not my kind of thing. The only sport that I actually play. And I say play, I haven't played it for a very long time, but the only sport that I actually enjoy playing is probably badminton. I quite enjoy a nice game of badminton, but that's about it. Like I say, I do exercise, but I prefer to do stuff that I can do by myself, like walking, cycling, jogging, that kind of stuff. I prefer to do solo exercise activities rather than group activities like sports tend to be. So I do keep active, I do keep fit, and I do exercise, and you know I keep myself in good condition. But I just don't like play sports, generally speaking. I prefer stuff that I can do on my own. Okay, let's take a quick look at the cargo market. There we go. Ooh, lagging a little bit. Any reptiles interest you, maybe? Not particularly, Brody. I don't know. I don't really have any interest in reptiles, to be quite honest. I mean, they're cool, you know. They're kind of interesting, but I don't know if I really care enough about them that I'd ever consider getting one as a pet. Okay, we need to be heading further south. Remember, our ultimate goal is South Africa. We can do this one. This is a very short job over to TZ. What's Tanzania. So we can do this quick job to Tanzania. We can actually do that before the stream ends. It's a very short job. Let's do it. Do I have a wife and kids? I do not. I am single, and I'm looking to stay that way for the foreseeable future. I'm supposed to be on the left-hand side. Oh my God! Jesus Christ! I'm in Uganda. They drive on the left-hand side of the road. I keep forgetting. I'm going to have a serious accident. Anyway, back to the question. No, I don't plan on having kids anytime soon, but I would like to eventually. Am I a trucker? Not in real life. No, I don't drive in real life. Do I have any other hobbies? Yes, I do, Jess. I have many other hobbies, and I actually talk about most of my hobbies right here on TikTok. I am a railway modeller, and I've done a couple of railway modelling streams in the past. I collect Lego, and I've done quite a few Lego streams in the past as well, and there's a couple of Lego streams, or one Lego stream coming up this month. I play piano, and I upload quite a lot of piano content. I do quite a lot of piano covers here on TikTok. What else? So, railway modelling, Lego, piano, game design. I try to keep my game design skills sharp. Obviously, I play quite a lot of games. I have a unicycle, which I'm currently in the process of learning to ride. But I've only had it a couple of months, so I'm not making the best of progress with that. I completely forgot to select the job right now. That's the one. So yeah, I've got plenty of hobbies and interests outside of just gaming. Why are you not letting me take this job? Is it bugged right now? Hold on, let me back out and then drive back in to the circle again. Cargo market. Take job. It would appear that something's not quite right here. We've got a little bit of a bug going on right now. It won't actually let me take any of these jobs. Do I wear a wig? No, Harry. This is my real hair. I've been growing it for about 3.5 years. I'm very proud of it, if I do say so myself. Okay. Is that pro mods? This is not pro mods, Oost. No, I do have pro mods, but this particular area is, I think, from Road into Wilderness. I've got all the major Africa mods, so Road to Africa, Heart of Africa, Horn of Africa, Road into Wilderness, which gives me access to quite a lot of Africa, as you can see. But I do have pro mods as well. Obviously, pro mods is mostly centered around Europe. There's also pro mods Middle East and the Great Steppe over in this area. So yes, I do have pro mods, but this area that I'm in specifically at the moment is not a pro mods area. Is pro mods heavy for PC? Not really. I mean, like as I mentioned earlier, I've only got a 3 GB graphics card. And I've got 133 mods active, and it runs it quite well. So I would say it's not too bad. Like I say, I've got 3 GB graphics and 32 gig of RAM, and I play this game very comfortably at like medium graphics settings. So you're driving in Africa now? Yes, we're currently in Uganda at the moment. Do you have to pay for pro mods? You don't, no. It's free to download. You do need to have all of the DLC from Euro Truck Simulator, so you will need to pay for all of that. But the mod itself is free to download. You can pay like £2 to get a faster download, but you don't have to do that. You can get the free download, which is a little bit slower. I paid for the fast download anyway, just because I wanted to support the developers. But you don't have to. Like I say, you can download it for free. Are the DLCs still 50%? Not at the minute, Harry. No, they are back to full price at the minute. But they are regularly on sale. So if you are interested in getting the DLC for Euro Truck, like I say, if they're not on sale at the minute, just hang around because they are on sale very often. Where are you taking me right now? What is this? Genuinely, what is... what? Okay. Okay. Can you send me a DLC files? Nope, that is illegal, Harry. I know the DLCs might seem quite pricey, but honestly, SCS Software, the team behind Euro Truck Simulator, they put so much effort and so much passion into their work. I would not pirate anything that they produce, honestly. You know, I have my thoughts about video game piracy. If it's a massive billion-dollar AAA studio, I genuinely couldn't care less. But there are studios out there who just, you know, put so much passion into their work, so much time and energy, and they deserve to be paid for it. And I think SCS Software is one of those studios. They fully deserve to be paid for the content that they make. So no, I'm not going to just send you the DLCs for free, and I am not going to recommend piracy of any kind. If you want to buy the Euro Truck Simulator DLCs, you're going to have to pay for them. Okay, so this particular garage seems to be bugged. We aren't going to get any jobs from here, it seems. I'll have a look and see if there's anything else we could do. No, that's completely the wrong direction. We want to be going... Zambia? Oh wait, hang on. We haven't even selected Kampala as the start city. No, Russia. That's the wrong direction. Once again, Nimule. That's the wrong way. Wrong way. Wrong way. Technically the right way, but it's a very short job. We could do this one to Zambia. No. Is that Yeah, that's That's Zambia. North of the river is Zambia. South of the river is Zimbabwe. I watched the latest Grand Tour special. I know where Zimbabwe is. Let's do that one. Oh wait, I didn't actually mark it on the map. Let's try that again. Which one was it? It was that one. Do you even know what a Scania V8 is? Says AC Truck Photography. I mean, I'm driving one, so yes. You see that little ornament that I've got on the dashboard there? That means that this truck is a V8. I don't know if you knew that. Do you know about trucks? AC Truck Photography. Oh, you kind of strike me as the sort of person who's not very knowledgeable about trucks. So you know, if you want to know more, I can teach you what I know. Yes, mate. That's why in my name it says trucks. Oh, sorry, AC Truck Photography. You know, you assume that I know nothing about trucks, and you're being extremely condescending to me. So I thought I'd just treat you the same way. Sorry if that made you feel uncomfortable. I forgot to select Kampala again as the target city. Yeah, sorry if I hurt your feelings there, AC Truck Photography. Didn't mean to cause any offence, you know. Let's do this one to Sumawanga. What's the difference between a V8 and a normal Scania? Well, there's no such thing as a normal Scania. V8 refers to how many cylinders there are in the engine, so a V8 has 8 cylinders. And the V means that they're arranged in that shape, so there are 4 cylinders in that direction and 4 in that direction. There are non-V8s. Where in what I've just said did I ever mention that V8s were the only Scanias? I literally just said that not all Scanias are V8s. Like, you're just repeating things that I've already said at this point. Okay, it won't let me take this job either. There is no normal I literally just said that. Literally 2 minutes ago, I said the exact words, there's no such thing as a normal Scania. Are you even listening to me? Please. Like, please tell me that you're actually listening to the words that are coming out of my mouth. Look, you've made me so angry that I've knocked down my Patreon board. Okay, it seems like the garages around here are just bugged out. I could see if there's any jobs from Masaka. Maybe it's this town specifically that's causing the problems. Let's try that one. So we'll head over to the next town and pick this up, and then I think that'll probably be it for today's stream, because we are coming up to the 3-hour mark. What country are you in, says Farming Edits. We're in Uganda at the moment. AC Truck Photography says, like I said, I've been growing up on trucks, been in them every day. Okay, great. You want a medal? I'm not arguing. I'm not trying to say that you don't know about trucks. I'm trying to say that you're literally repeating the things that I just said. Like, I literally said the exact words, there's no such thing as a normal Scania, and then you commented, there's no such thing as a normal Scania. Like, yes, I know, I just said that. Like, I'm not getting annoyed at you because you know about trucks. I'm getting annoyed at you because you're repeating things that I've said as if I didn't just say them. How do you go into Africa? I've always wanted to go, says Farming Edits. It's just mods, Farming Edits. If you want to find my exact mod list, I recommend joining my Discord server. There's a link there in the trucking channel to my complete mod list, so if you want to play with the same mods that I've got, if you want to play with the exact same mod list that I'm using, like I say, the best way to find it is to join my Patreon, not my Patreon, sorry, join my Discord, and there'll be a full list of all the mods and what order to put them in. But just to give you a basic overview, the Africa mods that I've got are Road to Africa, Heart of Africa, Horn of Africa, and Road into Wilderness. So if you have those 4 mods, you should pretty much be able to go everywhere in Africa that I can go. How's the stream? Not bad, OB. Or OB. No, it is OB. I remember from yesterday, it is OB. Not bad at all. It's nearly over, though. We're not going to be going for much longer, because we have already been going for 3 hours. Sorry for a stupid question, but the roads seem very quiet. Is that purely down to it being night or game? It's because it's night time, Jay. Yeah, don't worry. The roads are busier during the day. But obviously, it is... what time is it? It's 7 PM right now, so it's starting to quiet down a little bit. There is, generally speaking, less traffic in Africa as well. There's just less people driving in this part of the world. So it is a little bit quieter than if I was driving on a similar road in Europe. But yeah, the fact that it's evening is also a factor there. Do you drive IRL? No, I don't. I've never driven in real life. I am unable to drive in real life. I don't know how to drive in real life, and I don't really plan on learning. I mean, I've driven enough in simulator games that I could potentially understand the basics. Like, I'm not an idiot. But then at the same time, driving in real life is very different to driving in a simulator, so I would probably be absolutely terrible at it. I mean, based on the evidence, I'm already terrible at driving in a simulator, let alone in real life. How's your day going? Very well, LB, thank you very much. How's your day going? Are you on about driving a truck or driving a car? Just anything. Like I say, I've never driven anything in real life, and I don't plan to. So, whoa, okay, that was a bit sharp. Don't mind me, officer. I'm just overtaking. Okay, speeding ticket. Fair enough. Do you have the interior decorations mod you can put inside? Yes, I do have the interior decorations mod and the cabin accessory. I'm sure there's a DLC one, but I do have the cabin accessories from Pro Mods as well as a few Steam Workshop items. I've also got Farzel's cab cats, as you can see. We have our little cat there on the desktop, on the dashboard, sorry. We've also got a trans pride flag, a trucker pillow, cat bed, compass, an overnight bag, and that's about it, interior-wise. Still not working. Okay. It is possible that there may be a mod conflict or something similar going on right now, because it will not let me accept any jobs. So, since it's already 6 o'clock anyway, I think we'll probably call the stream here. I'll try and figure out what's causing that issue. Like I say, it's most likely a mod conflict or something's missing. I'll try and find out. To finish off, I will drive to the nearest garage and make sure we're full of fuel, ready for next time. I don't know why I'm making such a big meal out of this. It's just simple 3-point turn. I had to complicate it. Do I play ETS off stream? Yes, I do. So some games I do play off stream, and some games I don't. Farming Sim, I have a very strict rule about not playing that off stream. Minecraft Monday, the only off-stream stuff I do is like sorting my inventory and stuff like that. But this game, I will happily play off-stream. You know, if you join me next week and I'm in a completely different place, it doesn't really bother me. Because it's the sort of game where it doesn't really matter, you know, where you're starting from and where you're ending at. Whereas with a game like Farming Sim or Minecraft, I want you to be able to see my progress. Whereas this game, there isn't really any progression. I've already done everything. It's literally just driving. So, like I say, I don't mind doing stuff off camera in a game like this. Thanks for joining the Discord, Dex. Very nice of you. If you don't mind me asking, when did you become transgender? Says LB. 3 years ago, LB. I came out in July of 2021. And I came out publicly on the 15th of October, which is just 2 weeks away. We're coming up on my 3-year anniversary, and I do have a very special video planned for the 3-year anniversary, which you will get to see in a couple of weeks' time. Haven't recorded yet, but I've got the script ready to go. It's one I've been wanting to do for a long time, and we are, like I say, we're finally at the 3-year mark. It's the perfect time for me to finally do this video, so... Is there a proper rest point anywhere? No, I mean I wanted to find a rest stop with a full length truck bay, but it looks like we're just gonna have to park across these spaces here because there is no full length spaces anywhere. I mean, I don't really need to sleep anyway. Can I sleep, maybe? There we go. Okay. Hey, iHopey, welcome to the stream. It's about to end. You've come at a bad time. We're about to end the stream, but thank you for being here anyway. Nate Smith, I'm doing my truck license in the process at the moment. Good luck. I hope it all goes well. There we go. Simex2, thank you very much for following. Okay, we will... I'm going to park up here. And then we are going to call it a day. I do have to go today, unfortunately. I can't really afford to stay longer because I've got some shopping coming very soon. So as much as I'd like to do an extra half an hour, not this time. We're already nearly 10 minutes over, so... There we go. Okay, let me just save right now. I do want to say a couple of things before we finish off, though. I've actually got a couple of bits and pieces that I just want to mention, so if you are interested, please don't click off the stream just yet. Okay, let me just switch back over to my big cam. There we go. Hopefully you can hear me all right. And, oh, the music. Listen to that beautiful music. Once again, just want to say thank you to The Relaxed Movement. You can see down below for providing the music for this video, for this stream. I'm glad it feels more professional to have music in the background, so I'm very glad that we finally got some background music. And again, if you want to check out some royalty-free music that you can use for streaming and stuff like that, check out youtube.com/TheRelaxedMovement. Thanks, guys, for the wonderful music. It's very nice. A couple of other things that I just want to mention. First of all, I want to plug the Patreon and the Discord again. So quick shout out to my Patreons, Sophie, Kate and Gabby Frost. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for supporting me. If you want to get your name on this board, then please do consider checking out my Patreon. It only costs £1 a month. You'll get your name on the board. You'll also get access to the VIP section of the Discord, my TikTok live archive, so you can watch all my past live streams. And occasionally you'll get behind the scenes content as well, such as uncut video footage and other stuff like that. Also consider please joining the Discord. It's our sort of little community hangout. It's a place where you can talk to me, you can interact with other members of the community, you can get updated whenever I post videos or go live and other stuff like that. And that's free to join, so please do again consider checking out the Discord. You can find a link for that in my bio, as well as a link for the Patreon. And there's also links there for my YouTube and Instagram if you want to check either of those out. Am I late? Unfortunately you are, Popular One Big Brain Boy. Yes, I'm just saying my goodbyes at the minute, so I'm very sorry. But you are a bit late to today's stream. Thanks for following, by the way, Adam, and thank you everyone who has followed over the course of today's stream. Thank you all for the gifts as well. NBA2 sent Brat, Pyro Ashes sent Flameheart, and Catman Charlie sent Heart Me. Thank you all very, very much. That's pretty much all I've got to say today. So thanks for following as well, Marley Kelly. So yeah, that's going to be it. Like I say, it is the first. Pretty much all I've got to say today. So thanks for following as well, Marley Kelly. So yeah, that's going to be it. Like I say, it is the first of the month, and I have a lot of the Evening with Saul stream planned and a Halloween special at the end of the month as well. So there is a lot of streaming content this month, and there's even a few videos coming as well. I've got a video coming out tomorrow, so don't forget to follow if you haven't already. There's going to be a video posted tomorrow and a video on the 15th, as well as a couple of piano covers here and there. So it's going to be a very, very busy month for me here on TikTok. And if you want to see all of the content that's going to be coming, like I say, follow if you haven't already, join the Discord, and maybe even consider checking out the Patreon as well. That's going to be all for today's stream. Thank you all so very much for joining. I will see you tomorrow in video form, and I will see you on Friday for the next live stream. Bye-bye. Hope you all have a pleasant evening, and I'll see you all next time.